Shh.
First, let me take a drink of water.
Say that again.
Today, we drink seltzer.
Ladies and gentlemen of the House, the chair needs your help.
I'd like to begin with...
Did I set my speech down?
Taking us in the wrong direction. I wanted to put this up. I suspect I caught your attention having it upside down. Did that on purpose.
If adopted, the bill will immediately proceed to final passage as amended, and you're gonna love it.
Now, I'm feeling kind of chunky today.
I would even consider injecting monkey urine if I thought it would give me a few more months.
Reject pasteurization without representation.
Space Pearl Harbor.
Grifter is gonna grift.
I happen to be a fan of Secretary Mattis. He's, as we say on the street, a homie.
This is where I live. I live in town.
Madam President, who wants to eat bugs for lunch?
Are there any questions of Mr. Bartold about the amendment in the nature of a substitute? Does anyone wish to strike the last word? Is anyone listening at all? No.
Those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it.
Oh, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Oh.
If you're part of the Socialist Party, stand up and take a stance. Let the American public know where you stand.
The gentleman knows damn well that's not the case. His side of the aisle thought it was a bad bill and voted no.
They didn't vote president.
They didn't vote president.
Chuck E. Cheese uses things like this.
And I'm thinking, man, I must be dropping acid. Not that I've ever dropped acid, but for the record, I have not.
It flows through the process. It may be slightly more sophisticated than the Chuck E. Cheese's model.
We can't keep going down this partisan, picky, stupid, dumbass road.
Pursuant to the rule, the gentleman from Oklahoma, Mr. Russell, and the gentleman from Illinois, Mr. Congressional. Pursuant to the rule, the gentleman from Oklahoma, Mr. Russell, the gentleman from Illinois, Mr. Congressional. Pursuant to the rule, gentleman from Oklahoma, Mr. Russell, and the gentleman from Illinois, Mr. Krishnamurthy.
My name is Raja Krishnamurthy.
Both of the gentlemen, Mr. McHenry and Mr. Rothfuss, Mr. Pottinger, Mr. Rufus.
Number one, just for the record, it's Mr. Rothfuss of Pennsylvania.
Mr. Rufus.
And Mr. Pittenger of North Carolina.
Mr. Pottinger.
Imagine a world where there was no president and there was no Senate. Is there?
Next question.
It was some kind of suit.
Yeah.
I told him it was, you know, it was better than sex.
Just messing with you, Jeff.
What's she? How about it in? 12 and a half, 15, 7 and a half, $20, 2 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 30. Yep, $30 down here, 2 and a half, 5, 35, 7 and a half, 40. Yep, 3 and a quarter down, half, 3 and a half, 75, 400, 5, 5 and a quarter, 5 and a half. I yield back.
I have a full faith in our intelligence agencies. Whoops, they just turned off the light. That must be the intelligence agencies.
You said back then that Facebook would always be free. Is that still your objective?
Senator, yes. There will always be a version of Facebook that is free.
Well, if so, how do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Senator, we run ads.
I see. That's great.
Did you threaten to subpoena their calls and emails? No, sir, and there's no way to subpoena phone calls. Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
Now, I'm not smart enough to figure out how they do this.
Republican staffers stole files.
Some kind of a thing called Skype where you can get on TV and communicate. So, I'm sorry.
They're still going to be able to watch the internet.
And I hope my minute won't start until everybody shuts up.
Bowl of doggy do.
He might not have expected to have a crazy mother like Kanye West.
In your face ways and means.
If you've never dressed up in costume to jump into a hole.
Fiscal lunacy.
We're happy to engage constructively.
Holding the Stanley Cup high.
Nobody has ever wanted to marry me.
I know I'm out of time, but I'm not out of breath, and I'll tell you what, I'm sure as hell not out of passion.
Paul, you promised to find me a husband. You didn't do it.
Everybody say go tax reform.
What advice would you give to the 25-year-old Donald Trump knowing what you know today?
Don't run for president.
It is Laurel and not Yanny.
Next. Nope. Stop. Can't keep talking.
Another minute. 15 seconds. Oh my gosh.
I've seen some surreal things around this place, but this is really something.
Can I take cocaine with my spouse?
Vital parts of our government are about to shut down in just a few hours, and the Republicans have called an emergency meeting on cheese.
Happy New Year.